One. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Alright, so we've got quite a bit to do on this AE86. If you all are new to the channel and just tuning in, I make videos on this AE86. It is my project. It's a 1985 Toyota Corolla SR5 spec that I will be swapping to GTS. Which I've got the engine over there, I don't know if you can see it. So if you all enjoy these videos and want to see more, click that subscribe button and hopefully you learn a thing or two during these videos as well. Definitely one thing I want to clear up first is from my last video. If you all have watched it, I went through kind of dialing in the body panel gaps and the panels back onto the car and gave quite a bit of information in there. I do want to clear one thing up, and actually as a subscriber, one of you all let me know that I was actually wrong in my assumption with the latches on the door. They are in fact adjustable, and I'll kind of get into that a little bit more because I do want to try and dial in this door and where it sits on that latch just a little bit more because it's not 100% even right there. So this piece right here is in fact adjustable this way and that way. Let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about. It's a little dark, but as you can see, there actually is adjustability with those nuts on the back there. So you can actually scoot that over and back just a little bit. So the first thing I want to try to do today is adjust the latch over here on this side and see if we can't dial in that door a little bit more. Now with that being said, that's pretty much the only thing that I know for sure that I want to do today. So let's go ahead and get into it, start working on this car. I know I've got a little bit of body work I need to work on. Again, adjusting the latches. Oh yeah, one more thing. So another subscriber let me know that it's probably not the best idea to try and dial in the panel gaps and all the panels back onto the car without first putting all the weather stripping in. So this, I believe, is all the weather stripping for the doors, trunk, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll install these as well. Hey guys, so here we are. I've got all of the weather stripping installed back on the car, at least for the doors. This was actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. These are very, very picky, so you have to have them pushed in all the way and in the right spot in order for everything to line up properly. Perfect. So I'm super excited with how all of this has turned out. Let's move on to the other side. This side as well, we put all the weather stripping back in the door frame area. And also took a little bit of time to try and adjust this latch out a little bit. So what I basically did is I loosened up the latch, and then I took basically a flathead screwdriver as well as something kind of heavy. This is close to a hammer, I guess. And then basically just kind of hammered that piece right there. Just hammered that piece out that way, which moved these which moved the two nuts further that way, which is closer towards the quarter panel, the outside of the quarter panel. And it actually turned out pretty well. I'm going to show you exactly how it's sitting now. Very, very close. It is definitely better than it was. I might try to tweak it just a little bit more, but I am very happy with how everything sits, especially with all the weather stripping in there. I also took a little bit of time and hammered down this high spot that I was talking about, so now everything sits a little bit more flush than it did last time. Alright, so next up on the list is going to be sanding down that little spot that I left last episode, and then get going on these two spots. Right down there by the side skirt, I need to work on that area a little bit, as well as a little bit of this lip right here. And then also, of course, back here, this section that's gonna absolutely just drive me crazy. This section right here, and getting this totally straight and making this body line look correct is going to be very, very time consuming, but it's got to get done, so that's what's next on the list. So let me say this one more time. All of the gasketing and all of the seals and everything that were put on this car are going to come back off. This is not final assembly. This is just, I wanted to make sure everything sat right and was dialed in before we moved on from the panel gap and all the panel fitting of the AE86. So here's the body filler that I've used on the car. Unfortunately, I've had this container for quite some time, and as you can tell, if I can get this open. Hold on. It's almost empty, and I've got some, this is my stir stick, but there's definitely some like crumbs and all sorts of stuff that's fallen in there over the years. So, this thing's done. I'm gonna try and find another container. I don't know exactly where I can get this locally, so I'm gonna go out and see if I can't find some. I'm also out of this stuff too. The hardener. It's pretty much empty. It's just liquid now. So this has done its time. It's done its job. It's really good stuff. I highly recommend it. Go ahead. I need to. Sit. Leave it. Ready? Eat. You're such a good girl. Good job. Alright, whipping the Venza today. There's the old Evo. The Evo needs some love. I think it's about time to introduce her on the channel. What do y'all think? Hey guys, welcome back. So that trip was pretty much worthless. I went to about 3 or 4 different parts stores, car parts stores, and none of them had any sort of Evercoat Rage Gold body filler. They did have regular Bondo, but I kind of want to keep it consistent. I want to stick with that, and unfortunately on all their websites it said they had that product, but they don't have it until you order it at the store location. So I don't know, why would I do that when I could just get it off Amazon Prime for 2 days shipping? I don't know. But anyway, so I do have some filler on order. I should be getting it later on this week. That really kind of puts a damper on this video, considering I was really hoping to knock those 2 things out. But that's fine. I'm gonna see if I can't work on something else, get something else kind of going for this video, get a little more content for you all, and when I get the body filler, we'll tackle those 2 spots on the car. Anyway, let's see if we can't figure out something else to do on this car and get started. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it and maybe learned a thing or two as well. This video was just a little bit all over the place. I didn't really get to do what I wanted to, which was really finish those 2 spots for bodywork, but we did get a couple of other things done. We dynamatted a little bit more of the interior. What I did with the masking tape and making the templates and everything, that's really overkill. The reason that I do that is I try to use the least amount of Dynamat as possible, and especially with those complex curves and those weird sort of like shapes and areas, it just helps to kind of get a template made so you can cut out the piece that is going to fit in that spot without wasting a lot of material. I mean, masking tape is super cheap, so it's for me, it's just a pretty easy solution. Takes a little bit of time, but you do get better pieces that fit a little bit more correctly than just kind of slapping a whole piece of Dynamat on there and then wasting a whole bunch. Definitely one thing to keep in mind when you're using the template sort of method, make sure that you put your template on the foil side of Dynamat or any of the sound deadening material that you're using. Because if you do it on the piece that peels off like I was, all of your templates will be backwards. So I had to do a little bit of modification on those once I cut them all out, but they all pretty much fit how they needed to back there. So I'm not actually wasting any Dynamat. All the little pieces that I cut off, I'm keeping in this container, and I'm gonna be using those pieces to hopefully quiet down rattling areas in the car when we're driving and when it's actually on the road. So all these little pieces will be used. And they won't get thrown away because Dynamat's way too expensive to just kind of get rid of what you don't use. And like I said before, I've got body filler on order through Amazon, so the next video with the AE86, we will be fixing that body spot down there and on the back of the trunk so we can finish everything up body-wise and then finally get to block sanding the car. And now for the fun part. All right, so this is exciting. I finally received the first bit of fan mail for the channel. So this is from The Mod on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel. I will put his YouTube channel in the description below. He owns 2 AE86s and has done a lot of work on them. So he makes a lot of videos and content on the AE86 in general, and he just recently picked up a black coupe GTS kooky model that he's been working on and is going to be beam swapping. So make sure you go down below, check the link in the description, and subscribe to his channel if you like his sort of content. So I've been wanting to open this up, but I figured since it's the first piece of fan mail, why not do it in a video to show you all what's in this package. So I'm super excited. Let's see what it is. All right. Aw, yeah. Dude, sweet. So this is a dome light that is black, and this is actually pretty cool because, be right back. So this, it's kind of hard to see, but it is, and it's a little dirty because it's been sitting in my basement, but this is actually the headliner. Hi, baby. This is actually the headliner in my AE86, or was the old one, and before I started doing YouTube videos, I actually wrapped it in black suede. So this piece, I forget exactly what car it's out of. I think it's out of a FX16. So this is out of one of those that he found at a pull apart. So this is super cool. This is gonna be awesome and fit perfect in here, and it's gonna match with the headliner. So thanks, I really appreciate this. This is gonna be an awesome mod to the car. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today. Guys, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers. This video might actually be the one that pushes us over the edge. So for all those who are already subscribed and watch this sort of content, again, thank you all so much. And of course, The Mod, thanks for this piece. This is super awesome. Guys, if you all like AE86s, you like this sort of content, and you wanna see more, please check out his YouTube channel again. I'll have a link in the description. It's The Mod on YouTube. And as always, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, I'll see you later.